After my breakup and rebound, I took a year off dating. I had a couple casual flings and also started a kissing list. I wrote down the name of every person I ever kissed next to a rating. It's kind of like a Yelp review, only it's a book in my drawer. You know, every girl has to go through that hoe phase after a breakup, and that one was mine. But this phase was not going to last long, cause with 17, I met the girl who changed my life forever. It was 2013, I was trying to get into shape and get stronger, but I didn't really know where to start. Gym membership in my country is like 18 plus, and I was just a year too young for that. Instead, I found a workout buddy in the manga store I frequented. Let's call him Bob. He was a former wrestler and bodybuilder, according to him. He offered to train me like a sensei, and just like me, tried to rebuild himself, so we became breakup buddies. My only problem with him though was that he was the personification of the term drama queen. First time I went over his apartment. I went up the staircase to see the apartment door slightly open. I pushed it open just to be met by his dark apartment. Hello? Nope. Dude was well known in our community as the drama queen. Like last time we were at the picnic and it started to rain and he just walked away to sit on a rock in the rain, away from everybody else who seeked shelter under a tree like a normal person. I'm just honestly amazed by his creativity to be another type of dramatic every week. But I thought, hey, whatever, it's nice of him to want to train me and I date girls. I'm used to drama. So Bob and me started to do weight training every Sunday. The weights he had though were way too heavy for me. I mean, look at my arms, they're legit chopsticks. So I was struggling really hard. Afterwards, I was so dead, I had to sit on his couch for a good 30 minutes to regain my solid aggregate state, and Bob used the time and sat down next to me, pulled out a little pink bracelet and stared at it in silence. Oh no, do I have to? What's wrong, Bob?
I wanted to give this to the girl I like.
So why didn't you?
I don't know, I kinda got nervous. Her name is Katya, written with a Y, because she's Russian.
More like Katya with a Y as in, why are you telling me that? Okay.
Can you help me make her fall in love with me? I mean, I'm helping you work out and stuff.
Don't mistake me for Jesus. I can't perform miracles, my man.
I see. I guess since Vanessa left me, I will never be able to find love again. I will die an old, lonely man. No one will ever care for me. I am destined to.
Okay, I get it. I'll do it.
This is how she looks. She'll be in the store this Tuesday.
Bro, that's a literal lolly. How old is she?
She's your age, I think.
17? Alright, let me just believe you there. Let's meet at the manga store next Tuesday.
Alright.
2 days later, I went to the manga store because Katya mentioned on Facebook that she was gonna be there and Bob was... I don't know where his unemployed ass was. Why isn't he here? Whatever, let's talk to Katya. Katya?
Oh hey! How are you, Relachi?
Wait, how do you know my name?
We met once at a bubble tea event last month.
Curse my doo-doo memory. So Bob told me to give you this bracelet.
Oh, thanks.
So, what do you think of Bob?
He's okay.
He's a very nice guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm horrible at this.
Are you trying to set me up with Bob?
Yeah, maybe. Do you want me to?
No, I don't like him. Stop it.
We got to talk a bit more and we were really vibing. She told me Bob has tried to seduce her multiple times and came off as creepy, which is why he let me deliver this bracelet a month after her birthday instead of doing it personally. Knowing how Bob is, it kinda made sense, didn't question it further. Meanwhile, me and Katya really hit it off. It seemed like she was interested in me. I thought she was cute too, but I put her in the friend zone. Cause I was not gonna take another guy's crush away. Well, not on purpose anyway. We exchanged numbers as friends and started texting. We texted like how I used to do so with Cindy and it was kind of a nice familiar feeling that I missed. Although sometimes I would get a bit pressured cause if I didn't text back immediately, she would get upset.
You haven't replied in 5 minutes. What did I do? Do you hate me?
But I used to be a fast texter, so that wasn't an issue. I just replied as soon as possible, didn't mind too much. Bob heard of us becoming really good friends and he got so mad at me. He gave me the silent treatment for a whole week until we met again at the manga store. Bob and Katya were both there. Horrible combination. When Kat saw me, she hung on to my arm and was clingy for the whole day. I didn't really do anything besides stand there, but I didn't really push her away either. As Kat was still hanging onto my arm, I glanced over to Bob and was met with this death stare. Just two girls being pals? No? We proceeded to hang out per usual, and Bob and me tried to act as casual as possible. But I could tell he was incredibly angry at me. Once we got out the mall and were on the way to the train station, it was already dark outside. Bob probably thought something like, "Now is my time." He walked away from us very slowly and dramatically, and then he just punched the asphalt floor. And then slowly stood up looking at his bruised fist and just stood there like that. Kat sighed in annoyance like she was already used to this nonsense, and I realized he was probably trying not to punch me. She let go of my arm and ran up to him, took him by the arm and pulled him aside to the nearest bench. She pulled out a blue bandage with bears on it or something from her purse and put it on his knuckles. That was so anime. The thing you should know about me is that I have a huge weakness for the caring type of girls. Like, the mothers. Like, I have mommy issues. No. If a girl looks out for other people and is like the nurturing type, it feels like someone shoots a love arrow straight through my heart. That was the day I started to look at her as more than just a friend who I thought was cute. She escaped the friend zone just like that. While sitting on a bench looking at his bandage, Bob slowly lifted his head, pointed at me with his uninjured hand, his face that serious, and said,
You, don't forget our next training session. You're gonna be so dead.
I didn't know what else to say, so I just said, okay. I went to our Sunday training session. I noticed Bob was still wearing the bandage Kat gave him. The bandage was already falling off his hand, but he kept putting it back on again and looked at it longingly. This is how I should have known that coming here was a bad decision. But I felt bad for developing feelings for Kat, so I let him let his anger out on me during training. And letting his anger out he did. I was pushed over my limits so much that my arms and legs were trembling and giving out completely. I couldn't even lift a water bottle to drink after training. It was like every muscle fiber in my arm was like torn through, and I was about to be in great pain next week. I sat down on the couch per usual, this time trying to keep my consciousness after training, while Bob sat down next to me with a knife. Ah, yes, this is how I die. Why are you holding a knife?
Glad you asked. I have a favor to ask you, Relachi.
Listen, you don't have to do this.
I do. There is nothing else to live for anymore.
No!
No!
And scene.
Well, how was it this time?
Your fake crying has gotten better. If we keep practicing, you should be good for the audition next week. And this is how Bob started a career as an actor. It was also the last time I ever heard of him. He never actually called me out for Katya, and according to his socials, he's been doing pretty good. So good for him. Who knew the story of Bob would wrap up so nicely? Just the other story will not wrap up nicely. Foreshadowing! I finally asked Katya out, and it didn't take long for us to start dating. Dating Katya was the most amazing thing in the world. If you know about the book The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, very good read by the way, check it out. There are the 5 love languages, which are: give me stuff, I want a maid, hey, pay attention to me, touch-starved. My parents never told me they were proud of me. Tag yourself, I'm touch-starved, and hey, pay attention to me. I didn't even knew it back then, but Katya knew exactly the right buttons to push, you know? Okay, that sounded wrong. It's like she had this gift of seeing people's deepest and darkest desires. I told her I was very naive and very scared of going back into dating because of past relationships, but she made me feel safe. And it was really nice. I got to go on my first real dates. We had sleepovers, where we both just burst out laughing so hard, my cheeks would hurt from grinning so much. And it just felt like I had someone there for me, whenever I needed. And just the chill mood we had, laying in bed together with some candles lit and just cuddling and laughing and talking.
I promise I'll never hurt you.
Katya. Katya! But all good things comes to an end.